Welcome to the Jamaica Young Police Channel, where an experienced and certified detective is about to educate you with facts and not propaganda or hyperbole for the government or its minions. I do believe that criminals must live in fear for their lives and not the law abiding citizens. I do believe in preemptive strikes against murderers, robbers, rapists, and all the rapers and the likes. Yes, as you today I am going to address one of the main sticking problem that has been affecting Jamaica. And most people is thinking that Jamaica have a crime problem. And that is not really the case. Jamaica doesn't have a crime problem. Jamaica have a corruption problem. Once you get rid of the corruption, then you'll get rid of the crime or reduce it to somehow. As one of our noted detective, Noel Leng, has said, and Mr. Noel Morgan, that not until we start arresting some of these judges, you understand, who will know that they are involved in criminal activities, you understand. The police and the security force, they have certain um, apparatus now that they can use to catch these people involved in crimes. You know that the smartphone is a two-way radio, so even when the battery is dead, they still can get whatever intelligence they have or information to nab these crooked judges in Jamaica. So, because the PMP LGBTQ plus and the JLP LGBTQ plus politician make weak laws to protect themselves because they and the people within the private sectors are driving corruption that causes crime and lawlessness across the country. So we, the ordinary Jamaican, that mean the police, firefighters, doctors, teachers, and every other Jamaicans must vote in the upcoming referendum to become a republic and demand a presidential voting system where we get the best and the brightest Jamaicans to put themselves and their ideas forward, having these two corrupt, bankrupt, inept, incompetent, useless two political parties called the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization, because the PMP LGBTQ plus is not a political party but a criminal organization. You understand? And the GLP LGBTQ plus party, which is the government. We need a political sea change within this country named Jamaica. And with us having that referendum, it can bring and give changes the, the people need to change the country from these two political parties. As many think, Jamaica's number one problem isn't crime, it is corruption by both political parties, the GLP LGBTQ plus government and the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization. As I said before, the PMP LGBTQ plus is not a political party, it's a criminal organization. And I'm going to show you why I am telling you it's a criminal organization. I am coming from the belly of the beast, you know. You understand? The level of corruption in the Jamaica political landscape have provided an environment that breeds and fosters criminality in all forms, from top to bottom. And if you don't believe me, look at the headline this week in the various newspaper. Kingston, Jamaica, I'm going to start with one. Kingston, Jamaica, former member of parliament. That's the man that you're looking at. Former member of parliament, Horace Daly, has been fined $80,000 after pleading guilty to charges of failing to file a statutory declaration under the Integrity Commissions Act. Daly, who did not appear in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on April 26, when the matter was first mentioned, citing illness for his absence, stood before parish stood before Chief Parish Judge Chester Crooks on Tuesday. Daly was accused of failing to file his statutory declaration for 2020 to 2021. His attorney-at-law, Charles Ganga Singh, apologized on Daly's behalf for his absence, then proceeded to disclose that he has since filed the necessary documents. I pleaded guilty, Your Honor, and I apologize for my negligence, which has since been filed and in good standing with the Commission, Daly said. When asked by the prosecution how he pleads, after his plea, Daly was given $80,000 fine or 30 days imprisonment. Then another PMP LGBTQ plus party, another PMP LGBTQ plus member of the criminal organization, Ian Hayles, that's the man that you're seeing right there. More than 5 years after former parliamentarian Ian Hayles filed a suit barring the Integrity Commission from tabling a report in Parliament from the then Contractor General. The former lawmaker is accused by the anti-corruption branch body of being lethargic in pursuing the court matter. You understand? So this man has been playing games, because he does not want the public to know what is in the report. Hayles filed the suit in March 2017, effectively stopping the Parliament from tabling a report from the then Contractor General regarding an allegation that the former lawmaker constructed a building in Hanover without receiving the requisite approval. So you see how these people operate as criminals. So why the government don't the building then? Because they would, if to, ordinary citizen could not do that, The government would demolish the building. The government need to demolish that building that Ian Hayles had constructed. Who is he? He's not above the law. The People's National Party's LGBTQ plus criminals organization and politician had sought leave to apply for judicial review to obtain various orders, including an injunction to prevent tabling of the report. Hayles was nominated last Tuesday to one of the vice presidential posts in the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization because it's not a political party. Because if this man who is representing a political party, so-called political party, and he has something to hide from the public, a criminal organization will be protecting a person of his character, because this man should not be in politics or should not be somebody who's want to be leader in government. You understand? To be a part of any government. This man is actually on criminals behavior like that, criminals they have things to hide. You understand? So I want you to listen now, Chairman of the Integrity Commission, retired Justice Seymour Panton, noted in the Commission's annual report that the matter was before the Supreme Court and that he would not comment on the suit's merits. However, Panton said that the claimant is not urgently pursuing the claim. So what the retired judge is saying, is that Hayles, is not pursuing the lawsuit. Although he's the one that filed it, and he's not using urgency to get this thing resolved. You understand? Panton pointed out in 2017 the matter was listed on 3 occasions for 8 court days: May 11 and 12, July 24, 26 and 27, and December 4th to December 6th. In 2020, the matter was listed on 2 occasions for 6 court days in April and July. In 2022, the case was listed on May 2nd and again May 9th to 13th. The matter should not take this long. and the commission has been reliably informed that this was due to the claimant not being ready to proceed. What does Ian Hills hiding from the Jamaican people? What is he hiding? And criminals behave like this. So that's why I tell you, the PMP party, they have never been interested in the rule of law. You understand? This is the same man, that man that you see right there, Mark Golden, is the same man that told the people the other day, in and over, when the court had made a ruling that the people must vacate the land. He told the people them to stay there and fight. They must not leave. And this is the man who wants to lead the country into law, lead the country to be prime minister when he's telling the people them to disobey the law. You understand? And what criminals do that, That these people are not these people does not mean the Jamaican people any good. These people are destructive and criminals in nature. And criminals behave like this. You understand? With criminal intention. You understand? They have no respect for the law in the country. You understand? So, the Jamaican people, you have to choose good leaders, and Ian Hills is not a good person. You understand it? What is he hiding? You understand? Why is the case taking this long? A case of this magnitude should be disposed of in 30 days to show transparency. The system in Jamaica is so corrupt. You understand? So, on one occasion, May 2nd, this year, the commission and the claimant were not ready to proceed, Pantan added. So this case has been going on for nearly 10 years, and they're saying that this man who filed the lawsuit is not ready to proceed. So he's playing game, man. And what criminals do that, So he's waiting until he get a judge that is very supportive and comforting to somebody like him, a criminal who's on the bench. You understand? The Integrity Commission chairman said that the matter has now been fixed a hearing on November 2nd and 3rd, 2022, before none other than Chief Justice Brian Sykes. Brian Sykes is a PMP LGBTQ plus activist on the bench. And if you expect the rule of law to prevail, you better think again. Because Jamaica is a PMP LGBTQ plus criminals paradise. And the reason why I'm going to tell you that now, remember that Brian Sykes, he owes his appointment, to Dr. Peter Phillips, the godfather for the Klansman gang from Spanish Town that has been wreaking havoc on the Jamaican people. You understand? If the claimant is still not ready to proceed in November, the commission's attorney at law will be instructed to move immediately for the claim to be struck out. Pantan declared in his remarks in the annual report tabled on Tuesday in Parliament. 5.5 years is too long for a matter for this nature to be still pending. It is reasonable for the public to have expecting that the claimant would have been chomping at the bit to have this matter determined by the court, he stated. The people of Jamaica have been fed the narrative of corruption. It is simply a policeman taking a bribe or wave away a traffic ticket. Still, it involved the kickbacks from state officials who signed off multi-billion dollars project, and some of them getting their 10% cuts. Yes, minister 10%, we know of them. The rampant corruption involved the ministers of government who can grant waivers of all descriptions. It consists of the government or other state official who facilitate multi-million dollar foreign direct investment and find ways of squeezing something on the side for themselves. That's why Mr. Daly, or maybe that's why Mr. Daly could not file his 2020 to 2021 declaration. That's why he could not do it, because he don't know how to account for money that's there. I don't know, because when I was there, that was simply easy thing that for you to sign off and you have nothing to hide. Not until we are honest enough to discuss these issues, devoid of the political party lines, with a deep concern for Jamaica future. As a people, we are doomed as a criminal's paradise of not returning to civility, decency, honesty, integrity, ethics, and respect for the rule of law. and office held by people who were once seen as role model. The PMP party, this PMP party right now is a criminal organization, straight up. Mark Golan, you don't want nothing talk about him as straight junglist, as if it's something good. To be a junglist, that is somebody who's a criminal. You understand? So him to prod himself like that as being a criminal is something nice. You understand what I'm saying? You want to be a leader. You understand? Until we are prepared to probe apparent sign of receiving such gifts, benefits, and accounted money in bank accounts, take decisive action. We should not wonder why there are so many illegal guns on the island. It is not unwise. Neither should we be attempting to place the blame at the feet of the police because of the past 50 years they have allowed themselves to be corrupted by the politicians with the promise of promotion, and in return they turn a blind eye to crimes committed by people who are connected to the political system. They get promotion for protecting the connected, and they get rich from the criminals. Police, some of them introduced and imported guns to our people and my place of birth, Jolson Kingston 12, by the same people who are representative of the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization. You understand? Like the American mafia, the PMP LGBTQ plus party, which operates more like a criminal organization, like the American mafia. One of the biggest recipients of the corrupt system in Jamaica was former Prime Minister P.J. Patterson, who have got away with the biggest corruption scandal in the history of Jamaica. You understand? And there was no police investigation into the matter because the police force was stacked with PMP LGBTQ plus activists in uniform. A majority of us Jamaican and our hypocrisy and contrived silence, we are all responsible and guilty of supporting the corruption on the island. Jamaica does not have a crime problem, it has a corruption problem. And once we get rid of the corruption problems, then we are able to get rid of the crime problems, which some say are a fool's errand or is wishful thinking on path as Jamaicans. What do you say? If you haven't subscribed to the channel, this is the time to subscribe now. Remember to like and share the video. Comment below. Have yourself a beautiful day. And remember, Jamaica doesn't have a crime problem, you know. Jamaica have a corruption problem. And you see all those people that you see on the thumbnails on this video, they are the problem in Jamaica. You understand? Have yourself a blessed day. One love.